On today's project, I'm going to use some scrap wood to be able to make either a decorative piece or a cutting board American flag. What I'm going to start with is some walnut and go and cut that into a square, but also I'm going to grab some oak and also some poplar wood, just some strips I had laying around the shop, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those to 1 inch wide by 1 inch in depth. So 1 inch by inch pieces here to be able to use for the stripes. I'm not really making any particular size flag today because I'm just using scrap lumber, but I'm just trying to cut them pretty close to size, and once I lay them all out, then I'll kind of square it up and get the right measurements. There's different ways to get the right measurements, but you can kind of Google for a picture similar to this, and you can just kind of type in the information that you got. It'll give you all the correct measurements that you need. Makes it a whole lot easier, and once I do that, I get them cut to size. I'll go ahead and glue them all together here, and then once I glue it all together, let it sit for a little bit, then I'll be able to cut just kind of rough edge it off all the way around, make it nice and smooth on all the corners. And once that glue dries, I'm going to go ahead and get my planer here, just kind of get all nice and level. And using one of these planers really saves a lot of time on sanding. And now I'm just going to go ahead and just cut just enough off to get it nice and flush here. Once I have that, I'm going to grab my sandpaper here. And I started out with 80 grit, and I'm going to go up to 120 grit. And then after that, I'm going to grab my router, go ahead and go all the way around the corners, give a nice kind of smooth rounded edge look here. Comes to the stars here, I just kind of use that same platform here, punched in the numbers that I had, and it gave me the right measurement I need to be able to put all the stars here. Now I just had a metal star here. What I did was just real simply grabbed a welding rod and just tack welded it on here. Just a real simple way to make a way to be able to heat up this star by using this propane tank here. And by heating up the star, I'm able to impress in the wood and get that burnt look, and repeat that 49 more times. But I'll speed it up for you here. All right, now that those are all done, I grab my 220 grit sandpaper here, go ahead and go over the whole thing just a little bit here. And then after that, this one I'm actually putting butcher block stain on here. That way it can be used as a cutting board, but you can use any kind of stain or sealer you want, depending on what you want to use it for. And once you're able to get all that stain on there, you just sit back and let it dry. And once it's dry, it really has a nice kind of reflective look here. And again, this is just an opportunity to be able to do a project with some scrap lumber around your shop there. And it's just a simple, affordable backyard project that you can do.